Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Lume.
Lume plotters.
Indeed.
And we have obviously lived through the storm. For those of you that don't know, we had a very nice storm that was equivalent to 4 months of rain in London, average monthly rain in London. It was 4 times, or I think it was 3 times the average annual rainfall in the UAE, all within 24 hours.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. I think we had, you guys in Dubai had 200 of rainfall?
Oh, yeah. Well, it was pretty spectacular. It just felt like the end of days. I mean, it was so dark that everybody had to switch on the lights of the cars.
All day. It was ridiculous.
Insane,
it was, but the lightning and the thunder, it was nonstop. It was like a song and dance. It was just lightning.
It was completely
nonstop.
Anyhow, so the thing is, we have still water on the roads. I mean, obviously drainage, but we have in our roads here in the community, but it's still overflown. So everything has to be pumped away. So it's still happening there. Lots of cars getting stuck because they drive to the really deep water way too fast, and then they get hydro-locked engines.
I sent you a video. Did you see the Taycan? The Porsche Taycan made it all the way through?
Yes, like a boat.
So it was basically like a boat. It was submerged up to the windows. Yeah. And because it's electric, there was no intake. So, I mean, he might have some electrical damage later on, but
I do think he will probably also have some interior damage.
Because
I'm sure water made it into the cabin.
I don't know how good these seals are on the doors.
Yes, they're definitely not made for wading in 1.5 meters or something. Anyhow,
but
let's not talk about the weather. I'm so happy that it's over.
No. It was, and this is now the 3rd, 4th time in this year we've had a big storm. So
true.
I'm hoping that we can have a dry, going back to the Dubai and UAE of old, where it was a desert country and not a monsoon season arid climate.
Well, the good thing, or whatever the good thing is, it's incredibly quick to adapt here, the country. I mean, and they just see what's going wrong and fix it. I mean, that's the cool thing of how quickly everything got back to normal. To a certain extent, some areas are still flooded. The airport was closed for a full day. Every flight was rerouted because it was just too much water to handle. But actually now, I mean, a friend of mine yesterday arrived and he said, well, just normal like every day. I mean, there was nothing special.
Yep.
So it's amazing of how quickly everything can just get...
I have no idea how those planes were landing in that water. I'm sure you saw the videos.
Yeah, crazy.
It's ridiculous. In Elaine, we only got about half the water and half the rainfall. But I remember last time when we had the big storm with the hail, that time we had standing water for days afterwards. And this time, even though I think we had 160 the last time, and this time we got 100 roughly. But I was very surprised to see that there was no standing water. Immediately afterwards, I think around 8 in the morning, I decided to drive up to our industrial area where my car is being fixed for the hail damage from last time. It's still in the shop after 8 weeks. But on the way there was no water on the road anywhere. All the underpasses were empty, which either meant there was extremely quick response times.
Yeah.
Or the drainage system was improved from last time somehow, because it was impressive to see how much or how dry everything was.
Yeah, I think this is the thing. We have like these little tanks, water tankers that have just the pumps, and they have drainage facilities next to the road where you can just pump it in and then it will seep away from there. But the thing is, it was just too much. So there's this... Even our community has drainage. So usually the water just drains and then is being pumped away with water tanks over a period of time from these underground cisterns or whatever we have. But it was too much. So everything got overwhelmed. Yeah. So, well, what to do? Anyhow.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we survived yet another day.
But did you see
so that
also,
we can talk about watches?
Yeah, did you see also the picture? I don't know if I sent that to you. The picture of Palm and Andy leaving the what was it called? The Watches and Wonders.
What was it? I never heard of this. Watches in one.
So they have posted a picture of how they're trying to get into a taxi, and if you see Palm's face, it has the entirety of pain and I am tired. I just want to go home in his face. It was
No,
really,
I did.
really
I
sweet.
don't see this picture.
Maybe they
I'm
posted
scrolling
this.
through.
I think they posted
I
this
just
in
see
a
the
different
picture of
group. Yeah.
But anyway, I know this because I went to Basel, and after that,
knackering,
so because we were only there for 3 days, and out of that we did the Omega Factory tour. We did basically nothing but watch stuff for 2 days, and then the third day kind of was travel, right there and back. So we didn't sleep. The first night we didn't have a hotel because we took an overnight flight. So essentially, we arrived at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nuts. We arrived at 6 a.m. and then immediately rented a car and drove to Bern to see the Omega Factory. So, I mean, it was literally go, 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 go. And I remember after I came back, I didn't want to look at a watch for quite some time.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, yeah, I've also been on a small trip. I've been 1 week in India. Before that, I've been in Africa, and I think I already said which watch I took. No, for India, I didn't say which watch I took, right?
Yeah, we discussed this because we did the recording last time. I believe you took your Gurner.
I did indeed. And what surprise that we have a steel Gurner now.
Yes, but once again, they ruined it.
Why?
The green. Green. Come on,
I would have. No, that's
great.
Well,
gray.
I don't think it was ruined. I would have liked red on it as well. I think the green was a bit.
Okay. See, the thing is, gray goes with red. Gray goes with gray. Gray goes with black. Gray does not go with green.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I think they just thought, okay, let's do exactly the same we did last time with just black on black.
Yeah, with the black.
Just make a bit of it gray.
But black and green works. You know what I mean? Black and green's fine. But I mean, if you're going to go gray, why not go full Leica monochrome?
I'm with you there. I think gray would have been nice. Maybe even white. But I think it's still a nice watch.
This is exactly what What's It Called did. This is what they called it. Tudor called it the monochrome, right? Yeah. The new Black Bay, the big one, which I think looks fantastic. The colorways on there, it's just silver, white, and
I
black.
think too. I think this is the closest we will ever get to a Tudor Submariner.
No, I disagree. Because I feel
we will
need
get closer to that. Yeah.
They need crown guards.
I think that's what I'm saying.
I do not understand.
I think that's what the closest we will ever get from Tudor. To not do
but I still,
a Submariner reissue.
Yeah, they're not going to do crown guards
because that's how what we get. But yeah, let's not speak about the releases, but let's speak about what we actually like.
Okay, we'll talk about that as well, and we'll talk about what we didn't like as well. So, first things first, what is on your wrist?
On my wrist today is the Vacheron Constantin Overseas Silver Dial, current generation with the blue rubber strap.
I have something new on the wrist.
Ooh, something I don't know about.
Yes, you do
How
not know
did
about.
that slip through my observation network? Ooh, an Apple Watch.
So, yes.
Is this the Series 8 now, right?
No. This is technically a Series 6 because technically what happened is my wife got a new Apple Watch and I got the old Apple Watch. So essentially I was looking for a sleep tracker. I wanted to get one of the Whoops. And then I realized that the Whoops are 1,000 dirhams, and then you also have to pay for the membership.
Yes.
So I said, but Apple does this already for free. So I was looking around, and I noticed that iStyle had a mega discount on the previous generation. So the Ultra is now 2,000 dirhams, or you could get the Steel.
The Ultra One.
Ultra One, 2,000.
Yeah, okay. I still have that as well. So. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a fantastic watch. And then if you want the Series 8. This is for the expensive ones, of course, not the regular ones. This was only for the stainless steel and the Ultra.
Yeah.
And then the stainless steel, which my wife, ever since going to stainless steel from the aluminum, has never gone back and will never go back, was roughly 40% off. So we bought her the Series 8 stainless steel.
Nice.
And then I got the Milanese band on mine, and I like it, aside from the hair pulling. But essentially, this is my nighttime watch.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason I bought it, is to sleep in.
I recommend a very good sleep tracking app, which I use. That's also why I have my watch, workout and sleep tracking. That's all. It's called Auto Sleep. It's the number 1 rated app in the health area, I think, because it's really so good.
What does it do beyond what the Apple Sleep app does?
Which is okay, so it gives you, of course, lots of statistics about your sleep readiness, about your oxygen level tracked at night, how much you sleep, how much is your sleep bank, when you should go to bed, what is your temperature, I mean, depending if you have these sensors on your watch. Heart monitor. It overlays all the information the watch has overnight with your sleep and just combines all of this together. It rates your sleep.
But Apple does this as well. So
I know.
I've noticed this.
It's actually, it's just a bit more detailed of what you can track and how it actually just displays it. It's not a very expensive app. I think it's $5 and that's it. It's a one-time fee. So it's nothing with a subscription or anything like that. So that's why I like it, because I was also looking at the Whoop, and I think the Whoop is a fantastic device, especially if you don't like wearing 2 watches, right? Because it's more of a small bracelet, and you can wear it in your underpants. They actually have, they have boxer shorts and all of the stuff with a small pocket for it, so it tracks your sleep and all of the stuff while you actually wear it elsewhere. Yes.
Because the problem I had with the Whoop was it was not much smaller than the Apple Watch width-wise.
But you can wear it in different parts of your body, apparently.
Yeah, which apparently, by the way, did you know you could wear the Apple Watch on your ankle?
No,
and
I
get
did
everything else. Yeah, they made a big thing about this, that for essentially for amputees, you can still get all the benefit of the Apple Watch health stuff around your ankle.
Yeah, that's really good. And I
haven't tried.
I realized how good actually Apple Watch would be for certain people, because I had some, grandmothers and older people in my life having falls recently. Haven't fallen. I mean, it happens a lot to older people. And if they're living alone, and it's really good to have something which can call the ambulances or just send you a message that something happened, and just automatically does that if somebody detected a fall. And the Apple Watch is not so good at that. It's really cool. I never had a false alarm in my watch.
Yeah, I turned off that fall sensor right away because I was afraid of false alarms. So I turned it off. Maybe I'll put it back on.
Do you have a hand washing sensor on yours? Since COVID, my watch was tracking. So annoying.
Yeah, I turned that off too.
Because I have dogs. I have to wash my hands so often. So it's like, every time.
No,
like,
I managed.
Wash longer.
I literally,
not 20 seconds.
I had a watch about 2-3 years ago, an Apple Watch. I did try the double wristing thing. It became overwhelming for me. I couldn't do it. I was overwhelmed, I guess, with sensory overload, too much dinging on the wrist, etc. So I thought about, should I just turn off all the alarms and notifications and just have it on the wrist? But then I figured out, what the hell's the point? My workouts I do with the Garmin anyway. I have a Garmin bike computer and the heart rate strap. So I don't even need it for the workouts. But now, back then, you could not have the Garmin upload your workouts to the Apple Watch.
Right.
Now you can. So this happened last year. So Garmin now syncs with your Apple Watch. So essentially, you don't even need to wear the watch during your workout to get credit for it, which is now even better.
Yeah. So I think this is the one thing that the Whoop also was not for me, but I do understand why people like it so much, was just the subscription. I didn't want another subscription in my life. I
that's
have
so
too many
stupid.
of this
Oh my-
stuff, and
Yeah.
I hate it when software
Agreed.
does that. I'm happy to pay a really big price for lifetime membership or whatever lifetime
But
thing.
1,000 dirhams for a strap is already a huge amount. When, for instance, you can get an Apple Watch for the same price.
Whoop is not cheap. That's true.
No.
No.
But you could get an Apple Watch SE for under 1,000 dirhams on Amazon right now for 900 dirhams.
Yeah.
So why the hell is anyone choosing the Whoop?
Yeah, it's a more discreet. It doesn't have a display. It doesn't give you notifications. It's just a health
Turn
tracker.
off the display or wear it upside down.
I know
is my
you
solution
can
for the
do
Apple
this.
Watch.
I'm doing the same. I mean, I have really only very, very important people's updates or whatever I want, or messages that go through my watch. Everything else is switched off. But I think it's too much. It's too much configuration for people sometimes. Sometimes having something that is simple is nice.
It is. I agree.
So I guess.
But
it's
I went full in. So I've already been paying for my wife's cellular plan on there, right? The 25 dirhams. So I'm paying for mine as well now. And the idea is it's fantastic when you don't have your phone. So when I was going to the pool, for instance, I don't want to take a phone with me. So I've been leaving it at home, and then I have no idea what's going on. I feel too disconnected from the world, I guess. So there are times when I feel that this is perfect. Walking the dogs, I don't have to take a phone. That's fantastic. So there's quite a few times where I'm just like, I'm happy to have just this. It says everything I need, and I can get my phone calls.
Nice.
So anyway, Apple Watch.
I've done
now
the same. I've actually
I've
taken a call in the pool once with my Apple Watch, and I was surprised of how well that worked.
Yeah.
I mean, people could hear me well. I could hear them well. I was just like, wow, this is.
I did that last night. I took a call,
cool.
and the first thing I wanted to say, it was my first call on it. The first thing I was like, "Can you hear me? Like, is this
exactly.
thing on?
Like, really? You can hear me?"
But nobody, they didn't bother to ask. Like it was, I'm assuming a decent connection, because otherwise they would have said, I can't hear you well. But anyway, okay. So there's that.
So watches and wonders. I mean, the next Apple Watch will be released this year, as always, Series 9 or whatever it might be called. Or maybe because of, was it Chinese who don't like the 9? Yeah, 9 is a not.
For what?
The 9 is not good in Chinese.
No. What were you saying is going to be released?
Series 9 Apple Watch, as always, every year.
The Series 9 is out. The Series 9 is the one that's out. That came out in September.
I thought that was 8, no?
No. 8 was last one. 9 is the one with the issues. 9 came with Ultra 2, and 9 is the one that now has 0. I went, literally, the Apple Store guy told me that the 9 and the 8 no longer have any differences because of the removed software. So the 9 had the additional hardware stuff that had the big legal battle. But so now, software-wise,
haven't they only deactivated that for American users because that's where the patent was infringed?
Yes. Yeah. So there's skepticism about whether paying additional for the 9 is worth it if they do remove it for everyone else.
True.
So who knows? But yeah, the guy was telling me, other than these features that are now questionable whether you're going to get them, there's no reason to get a 9 over an 8.
Yeah. So, no, I agree. I mean, I'm so happy with my original Ultra that I have had no need to upgrade to the Ultra 2, and I'm not thinking that there's any need to go to the Ultra 3 either. Maybe then the year following, if there's an Ultra 4, maybe, but there's no need. There's really no need.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at the Ultra and I love it. It looks awesome. The only issue is it is massive. And I don't know if I want it that big. Yeah, because mine, I have the small size, the 40mm, right? Because
it's not under the radar. That's for sure. That is it's a big chunk of aluminium.
It's
titanium.
Boy,
Sorry, titanium.
Titanium, yes.
Titanium.
Anyway, how are we back on this? Yes. If I'm not mistaken, then you are right. Even though we have a Series 9 Apple Watch, they skipped the Series 9 iPhone.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what, because 9, when you pronounce it in Chinese or Mandarin, it sounds like death, right? It's very similar to the word death. So it's not a positive word. So there's numerology is big in China, right? So certain numbers are auspicious, certain numbers are not.
Wasn't
good.
it 14 or something is also like they skip a floor?
13. 13th floor.
13.
Yeah. Lots of hotels don't have the 13th floor.
Yeah, but that's in Western culture. You could also view
correct.
13 as unlucky or something. But anyway, so I just remembered that, they did skip the 9. So,
anyhow, so Watches and Wonders. It was there.
So in Mandarin and the Germans must have a lot in common, right?
Of course.
They go 999.
9.
So it would be a funny communication between a natural Mandarin speaker and a German that doesn't speak any Mandarin. So anyway, all right, moving on. Watches and the Wonders. Should we do top 3, top 5? What should we do?
I'm such a positive person. I have so many nice watches that I like. But let me order them in 2 things. Watches I really, really like, and watches I could see me having.
Okay. Does this include watches you can afford?
Yeah.
Or watches you would buy? Because that's the issue with me. I think almost everything this year that was released I do like a lot of stuff. I like a lot of stuff.
Yes, me too.
But we're talking about platinum. We're talking about gold. We're talking about precious metals and stones that I'm not going to be able to afford. So the ergo, I'm kind of at a catch-22.
Yeah. See, that's exactly, my thinking is there as well.
So 3 categories.
Okay,
three categories.
Okay, yeah.
One category is things we like.
Mm-hmm.
One category is things we would buy. And one category is things we would buy if we had the money to buy it.
Okay. So, understood. So, I'll start with
things you would buy right now.
Okay.
Things you would buy.
Things I would buy given my budgets generally.
Exactly.
Or if I could sell a watch or 2, then I would buy it. It would be the Cartier Santos Dual Time.
Okay.
Because I think that is really nice. However, I'm not so sure about the not in-house movement in it, but I think it's so nice that I would.
Which movement is it?
It's a Celita with a module on top. Yeah.
So why wouldn't they have used their?
It's beyond me. I do not understand. I think nobody does, but it's for $8,000 or $9,000. It's surprising.
That is very. I did not. I saw it. I looked at it. I said, "Okay, cool," but I never.
I don't know. It's really weird because it doesn't seem to be too complicated to put it on their own movement, but for whatever reason they haven't done it. But I still like it. So I think it's so nice, and this bracelet is still just I think the gold standard of comfortable and removable. Every link is removable, and it's quick change and all of the stuff. It's still lovely. So I like that one. Then what else would I like? I really like the new Tudor releases, the Black Bay Black and also the Black Bay 58
So you're saying you
GMT.
would buy a Cartier? You would buy the dual time?
Mm-hmm. I would.
Yes.
I would really like this from the releases, right? If they have to choose there what to buy, I would do that.
Okay.
That would stretch my budget a lot. I have to sell probably a lot of watches for that, but I would like this. I mean, okay, let's do the other one first, which are a bit more simpler. So the Tudor Black Bay in black, even though it's very...
I like it.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's really cool. But I have seen a photo comparison between that and the Pelagos 39. and they're very similar, right?
Yes, and I like the Pelagos better.
Yeah, so I'm half the Pelagos. So I was thinking, yeah. But I also like the Black Bay 58 GMT. I think that's a winner.
So my issue with the Black Bay 58 GMT is that I felt they overdid it on the
gilt. Yeah.
On the gilt and the Fotina. And then on top of it, when they add the rubber strap in, the rubber strap is too modern for the vintage look of that watch. So had they done,
think it's good.
let's say, no, it's not bad. And I am curious to see it.
Yeah.
But a part of me, this kind of made me want the Black Bay 54 again. And this time I was thinking about getting the Black Bay 54 on the rubber strap.
Okay.
And seeing if that made a difference. Because it does make me value the, how, I guess, toned down the gilt and the faux patina is on the 54.
I think there is no faux patina at the 58 GMT. I think everything is white, just a lot of gilt on it.
No, there is. It's yellowish.
Is it
yellowish Tina? Yes.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that's the gilt that makes it look like it.
It's all me. You think?
Yeah.
GMT. Let's see. Let us take a look.
Because
Bark and Jack has already, or whatever his name is, Adrian Barker, has already done a release. No, that is clearly has some Fotina going on.
I don't think so. I think the Lume is just white. It just looks like if you take a pipette in your
did you
Photoshop and you put it directly next to each other. Let me see. No, I can't. I don't have on my work computer. I don't have that.
Anyway. No. I know what you're saying, but I'm looking at the pictures from Hodinkee, for instance, and I think they're overexposing the pictures, as they're very known to do this. So if you look at, I don't know whose pictures would be trustworthy.
No, I think it's white actually. I really think it's white. When I put this next to each other, two images.
Boom! Here you go. Look at these two next to each other. I'm sending you a picture. Okay. This is a comparison directly between the Black Bay monochrome and the Black Bay GMT 58. And you can clearly see that there are yellow in the markers.
No, as you can see, it's white. It is surrounded by gold. No, it is. I tell you.
It is.
It's just surrounded by gold. That makes it look like it's brown. Our brain is taking it darker, but the Lume is white.
No, I think it's off-white. Okay, nonetheless, I still maintain it's off-white.
I don't think
still.
So. No. I think it's just that's what we perceive because of the gold, the surrounded. It makes it look like it is, but it isn't. Yeah.
But even the 54 had Fotina, just very light Fotina.
Anyhow, I think it's not bad at all. So it's nice. But yeah, I think maybe they could have done that with a two-tone variation for it and had that with the gilt and just left this one in white like they did with the normal Black Bay GMT. What can you do? But maybe they didn't want to do it.
If this was just a downsized normal Black Bay GMT,
anyhow,
with a Coke bezel, I would be all over it.
Let us go through all of the things I like first. So so these two, Black Bay BB58 GMT and the Black Bay 50, the Black Bay in black monochrome, I like a lot.
Monochrome.
Yeah. Then this Cartier Santos I would buy. I would also probably consider the No Chopard LUC Qualité Fleurier. An exceptionally good looking watch. Not
the price is undisclosed.
Yeah.
Or was when we last looked.
Yeah,
so I don't know if they've updated a price because that's the reason I didn't put it in this category.
But there's another Chopard LUC with a green dial, which is also really, really nice, which is not the Qualité Fleurier, I think. Also a lovely watch. The Chopard Alpine Eagle Chrono XL in titanium. is nice. I like it
Big
because
boy.
it's a bit of a bigger boy. But yeah, and then there is the last one, which is a bit of a stretch for me from a budget perspective. That would be the 123,000 dirhams Rolex Perpetual 1908 Platinum.
Yes, yes. So I was thinking about this. Is this out of the realm of possibility?
I
Is
think
it
it's
128,000?
23,
Is that how much it is?
123, I think it is.
23. When I did the first math conversion, I thought 100. But looking at that and saying to myself, would I get this over? And I saw some other releases that were, let's say, the Tudor yellow gold Black Bay 58.
Yeah, it's
is
more
the
expensive.
same price.
No, it's more expensive.
Expensive.
This is 20.
than
It's about
this.
25,000 Swiss francs, I think. The platinum, the 1908 platinum, and the Black Bay 58 in full gold, solid gold bracelet is 32 or 31.
Yeah, and this is the issue: is there was a lot of debate about the value proposition, because this one is, let's say, I think 30. If you put it in dirhams, it would be 140,000 dirhams, roughly, right? Is that correct?
Yeah.
And then if you compare that to the Submariner in full gold,
Yeah.
the Submariner full gold is only like 40,000 dirhams more or 30,000 dirhams more. And people were saying at that price point, who in their right mind is saying, I would like to save 30,000 dirhams. So instead of 150 or 160, I'm only spending 130. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So
and this
actually,
is one of my issues.
Actually, the prices are more similar in dirhams here. It's 127,000 for the Black Bay 58 in full gold. And it is for the Rolex. Let me just double check, because I did actually look this up earlier, but I forgot the price. I think it was 123,000. Let me see. 1908, configure. We are super fast here. And I can tell you in platinum, it is with the matte brown bracelet. They call it bracelet. 123,900. So 124. 124 versus slightly more, 127, basically, rounded up.
And how much is a solid gold sub, yellow gold sub?
Oof, I have to go and check that.
Anyway,
But
yeah, because so we're talking 128.
Yeah. 127.
And then I'm curious what the sub is.
127 is the rounded up list price
Okay,
for
127.
the full gold one. Now, Submariner in just you have to
Yellow
choose
gold.
the date in yellow gold with the black bezel or the blue bezel. Black bezel.
Black.
Let's do the black one. 159,000.
Difference, dear listener, is 32K.
Yeah.
All right.
That's true.
So you
It's
are
tough.
less than.
But the question,
no.
there is also.
I'm getting bigger.
Yeah.
There's another issue here.
Okay.
You're getting way more gold, questionably way more in the sub. The sub is a 41 millimeter watch, which the Black Bay 58 is a 39.
Yes, you can argue
on
that.
top of this is the other issue. Guess what? The sub has a solid gold case back. Meanwhile, the Black Bay has a display case back.
Yes.
So it's sapphire. So you're getting a much worse value proposition in the Tudor.
Yeah, but I think
Then
when
you
you
win
when
the
you
Rolex.
when you lose when you weigh that difference in the weight in gold, I don't think it makes such a big difference. It makes a big difference because that's why watch companies do this. They love their transparent case backs, especially with gold watches, because it saves material. But I don't think it makes so much difference. But I agree with you. There's definitely more metal on the Submariner, and it's a different level. The question is, can you get it? I think the solid
50 grams difference. Sorry, 40.
40. That's quite a lot.
We're looking at, hold on. And now, of course, I'm going to figure out. So we're looking at 296 grams for the sub, links in. And we are looking at 265 for the, so 31 grams.
Okay.
31 grams.
So that's a material
gold
value of about
press.
11,000 dirhams for today's gold price.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Is it not? I think it is.
I'm trying to figure out what it is. I can't find it. Where's the gold price per gram? Come on.
This is just, yeah.
200. Oh, it depends on what it is. If it's 18 karat, it's 168.
So it's only 18 carats. Yeah. I was looking at 22.
I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
5,000 dirhams.
Yeah.
5,208 dirhams.
So I was 11,000 with
of course,
24 carat. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you got to process it and everything. So that's also in the mix. So essentially, we're not even taking into consideration how much of a better watch in every regard the Submariner
It has a
is.
date. Yeah, it has a date. Obviously, it's much better.
Oh yeah. The date alone is a 5K option, right? Compared to the no date.
Yeah.
So that's 5K. You got another 5K of gold. We still got 20K to make up.
So we can definitely say I think as well the Tudor Black Bay 58 solid gold with the solid gold bracelet is overpriced.
I'm going to do one more calculation for you. What is the price of a sub no date right now?
I don't know, but I don't. We have to get away from this. We have to get to my list because we already.
How dare you? How dare you suggest such things? Anyway, I was so $10,250 is a sub no date, which is ridiculous. I remember when these were like 7,000.
So the Black Bay 58 in solid gold didn't even make it on my list. What I made on my list is the Perpetual 1908. So that's the one that I think with this is a relatively good value proposition for 123,000.
So the reason I'm saying 4,000, so the Rolex equivalent to the Black Bay 58 would be the Submariner. The Submariner is more than double, 60% more. Or sorry, I should say the Black Bay 58 is 40% of the price of the sub.
This is all fine and dandy. Now
here we're saying, but as soon as you get to gold, guess what? They're almost the same price. It doesn't make any sense because Rolex themselves is saying that the Black Bay 58 is worth 40% the value of the sub. So then how can you, as soon as you switch materials, say that now all of a sudden it's 90% of the cost of the...
Yeah. It's overpriced. Yeah. I already said that. It's overpriced. It's a good deal.
In different ways
it's a good deal for 70 or 80, I think. It might be fine for that amount.
And I think at some point you will get there.
Yeah.
You will end up with discounts.
Like the original Black Bay 58 in gold, you can get it for half the price of the retail price. I think it was 70-ish, 70, 80-ish, and now you can get it for 35, 40, which is still a lot for a gold watch on a strap because you can get incredible golden pre-owned watches on a strap for that amount of money. So, anyhow.
Yeah, so better than Tudor.
Other watches that I really like, but they are not in my budget, is the Patek Philippe Nautilus Flyback Chrono 5980/60G, the one with the new denim strap, which I find incredibly appealing because I find this, you could say this is a 60-year-old trying to look young. Dresses like a 25-year-old, but I think
I have
really like
some issues with Patek at the moment. I have some issues with them.
Why?
30 meters water resistance.
No, they have now changed that. But wait, hey, you have to listen to what they say. They say, okay, before we had 150 meters, but that was the normal watch producers 150 meters, like water pressure equivalent, la. Now we mean proper 30 meters, meaning you can actually take the watch 30 meters down and dive that far. So
I didn't see this.
That's what they said.
So maybe
they said we have changed it now to real 30 meters from watchmakers 150. So basically it's the same. That's what they're trying to say. which I'm not 100% sure if it is, but they basically said you can actually take this watch 30 meters down and be fine. And that's, I think, a difference to
What, when you're stationary
Yeah.
at 30 meters down? Because that becomes another issue.
not
What
really.
if I got myself some fins and I'm swimming really, really fast at 30 meter depth?
Yeah,
Then that's
50
not 30 meters of
kilometers
water
per
pressure.
hour or knots. It should
Exactly.
still be
So
fine.
this is what I'm saying. There's a difference here. Okay.
Anyhow, so
Nonetheless,
that's one of the
I did-
ones I really like, because I really like the strap and the youthful look of this rather oval design. So I like
Mm-hmm.
it. I like it. Then I have another one that I really, really, really would like. I want to have it. I really want to have it, and that's the Vacheron Constantin Overseas in pink gold. I just want to have it.
I thought you were going to say the Vacheron Constantin, the one with all of the complications.
The most complicated watch, which is when Vacheron Constantin launched this watch and nobody talked about it. It's just like, what happened?
Yeah, it's
it was
not
the
a
most
watch.
complicated.
It's a freaking clock.
It's a
It's the
pocket
size of a
watch
football.
for somebody who carries a backpack.
Roughly, exactly. So I'm not
I
surprised
think
nobody
it weighs
talked about it.
2 kilos or
Because
something.
nobody
I don't know.
cared.
But it's the Berkeley. It's made for George Berkeley, a
Yes.
very, very eclectic watch collector. So he commissioned this watch and they built it. And it's a pocket watch, which is the size of, I think, 2 or 3 hockey pucks. I mean, really big ones. So it's really massive, but it has the form of a pocket watch, sorry. But you're absolutely right. It has 2 sides and it's just insane. I mean, it's the most complicated mechanical watch ever made. But it
Yeah.
went into,
Boom.
well,
And
we made it. Ta-ta. And nobody seemed to care, which I find very, very shocking. Anyhow, so this is the one that I really like, the Vacheron Constantin Overseas pink gold, and I think the dual time version I love the most. There is another one with the green dials, which is also, is this the one? This is the one with green, right? Did I mess that up? No, I think it is. Love it. Really, really love it. And then there's another watch that I also like, which is above my budget right now, which is the Laurent Ferrier Classic Moon.
Mhm.
Oh my God. So nice. So under the radar. I think this is still the one independent watchmaker that is not caught in the hype, which you can get exceptional quality and really cool designs, really nice and muted designs for a relatively good price without premiums or without crazy premiums. In that classic moon phase, they have these 2 discs, right, that are covering the moon, the blue. And this is done with Italian Murano glass. So even though it could be a plastic disc for everything we care, the tiniest things have the greatest craftsmanship in it. And that's what I like about Laurent Ferrier. Everything is just so thought through, so well made. I also do like the new Norcane Wild One.
I wish I could just show you my screen right now. But I'm going to take a screenshot of what I'm looking at this very second, because this is ridiculous. Here you go. Just to show you I'm not lying. Look at the timestamp. That is what my screen is right now.
All right. I have to go here to see that. All right. Yes. The Wild One skeleton.
So I'm literally
in
looking
coral.
at the Wild One skeletons.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was looking at the price, obviously. So they're both what these
Yeah. I really like that.
I don't know. I was trying to figure out what the color is. I
Coral.
hadn't
It's called
clicked on
coral.
them yet. But what's the other one? The yellow one.
Oh.
Is it yellow?
That is green. The one on
Is it
your
green?
your
I'm
screen
color,
next.
it is green.
on the-
You're
yeah.
right. It is green. Yes. But what do they call it?
I don't know.
That's
I don't know what they say here.
Gecko green.
Gecko green. Yeah, that sounds good because it is gecko green. Did you know that they also make a one of one that you can design yourself? A wild one. You can choose the material, the case, the shock absorber, the hands, the dial, the indices, the movement, right? And all of these things. If you want to skeletonized, if you want to have a specific dial, and you just put it together yourself, and then you have a one of one. different engravings everywhere, different printing on the back, all of the stuff you can do and customize yourself. I think the only problem I have with that is it comes with a gold case. So it's either 18 karat, I think it's pink gold or white gold. But the thing is, for me, it's then again, that's expensive. It's a one of one, but it is expensive because it's only technical a one of one, because this combination everybody could potentially choose, of course, except your engravings and stuff. But it is pretty. There's a lot of combinations you can choose from. So it's a nice way of doing things, of creating your own specialized watch and producing it, which I think if somebody really wants to be a bit creative, with, of course, in the range of what you can choose from. Obviously, you can't design everything yourself. It's a great way of actually creating that. And I have to say, kudos here to Norcane for allowing this kind of self expression with the watch there. I think that's pretty cool. But coming to the last one of my watches that I like, two that I have to mention. One is from a technical perspective. I have to say, I've not thought that you could increase the moon phase and the perpetual calendar, but IWC has done it. They have created a perpetual calendar and moon phase that is correct and doesn't need intervention for the next 45 million years. Now,
which is quite a big number, right? So, good thing you'll be alive to witness it.
And I thought recently, I think the new Laurent Ferrier Classic Moon, they actually said, well, usually it's every 400 years where you have to manually get an intervention in your moon phase or whatever, or 200 years or something. We have done it for 400. And you think, wow, this is cool, right? 400 years. Not that we need that, but we won't be alive. But IWC just went completely 45 million years. I think they just, finished this solution. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
it. There is no better one than that. And the last mention that I have is the whole JLC Duometre line.
Yes.
The whole collection, which are absolutely exceptionally good-looking, amazing pieces. Just, I also feel like they have just pushed the prices just a tad. No, not just a tad. I think just quite a bit into the stratosphere. They are amazing watches. I love them all. I don't think there's one watch I don't like in this entire collection. But it's so expensive, man. I mean, look,
it's not a cheap watch.
Even the Perpetual 1908, I have gotten some offers for some unworn Royal Oak offshores, chronographs and stuff, and for the same price as the 1908, right? So you think, you can get a nice AP, right? Which is relatively sought after watch, and it's under retail price now. So
okay, here you go. I give you 120,000 dirhams. What are you buying?
Yeah. So question is, if
you get to buy one thing, 120K, go.
And there's no wait list and there's no.
No, you can choose whatever you want.
Yeah, that is a big question. From what I just mentioned, I would.
Are you buying the platinum? What's it called? 1908? I don't think so.
I might, or I might buy just an overseas.
I would go for a Calatrava. The problem is I would go for the Calatrava.
Have you seen the new Patrimony from Vacheron Constantin? Beautiful. Two hands. So nice. Manual wound, 39 millimeters. That would be a watch for you. You should. Wow. I
do like the Patrimony range. This is the 2024. It came out.
Yes.
Currently, right? This is the new one. For one, guess the price.
I don't know.
120.
See, there you go. But
exactly. But remember, this is it has a date.
No. I don't think it has a date.
The one I'm looking at, the 3-hand, has a date. Let me find the no date one. This is one of the new novelties.
Yes, it's a novelty.
because I did not pay attention to the Vacheron releases after the. Because I mean, once again, the overseas, not a big deal to me. I see it. Um, eh.
It's beautiful.
I don't know.
It's a beautiful sunburst.
I do like the moon phase with the retrograde date.
Yeah.
That one doesn't look bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
But the manual wind one, let's see how much it costs. What's the price?
Mm-hmm.
Price on request.
Book on an appointment. Okay, so what are yours? You have 10 minutes.
So I'm extremely pessimistic here. I didn't like anything. At the end of the day, I wouldn't buy anything. I don't like anything. I think there is not a single item in the entire Watches and Wonders that would make me pull out a credit card. And that's saying something. There are watches that I liked, but not enough to buy.
But
for instance, as we said, obviously the Platinum 1908. I like it. Would I buy it? No. Even if I had the money, still no. If I was, our friend Mahmoud, who dabbles in this price point, and he has a number of watches in this price point. If I was him, I would probably be entertaining this, right? That's his style with his dress watches and everything. This is his window of opportunity.
Okay.
I wouldn't, obviously. Out of everything, I think I was pretty disappointed overall, right? Tudor missed the mark with the Black Bay 58 GMT, in my opinion. It was the colors are ugly, to say the least. Then moving on, IWC, I thought everything they did was ugly.
Really? The new colors?
That,
I mean, the obsidian black? How cool is that? The Portuguese with
the watch itself is not cool.
Like onyx.
The Portuguese is an ugly watch to begin with.
No.
I'm sorry. I don't like it. I don't like the Portuguese line at all. So let's move on. I'm going quickly.
Okay.
I didn't like the closest I came to liking something was the JLC Master Collection.
Okay.
Or sorry, the dual grade. What is it? Duograph.
Okay.
What is it? What is it called? Duometre. That's it. That was like dual face, the duometre. The reason I didn't like it is because they had the big freaking caliber, blah, 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 written in very big letters on the front of it, which ruined it for me. I didn't like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of it. I was yesterday once again looking at the Norcane Wild Ones. I should go try one on again.
Yeah.
But even with the new colors, I still like the old colors best.
See, and this is what I think is an incredible thing. What also I found for certain watches that I was thinking about purchasing, or just in my head, just like if I would purchase a new watch, what would it be? I think there's a couple of them that actually are cemented now more in my decision making after I know what was released.
What was released?
Because you feel like, yes, I still made a good choice because these are really
psychologically
really nice.
This could be what's going on.
Yeah,
I think everyone, the whole Swiss watch industry, got together and said, "Hey guys, let's all make some weirdly stupid stuff, and then." Everybody will want to buy our old stuff.
Yeah,
exactly. So this could be it. Once again, look at the Rolex releases. None of these items are going to be in high demand in terms of quantity, I should say, aside from the GMT, right?
Yeah.
These are all low production, low numbers watches. Going back to the one watch that I thought I did like a lot was the LUC until somebody got hands-on with it and said it was massive. They said 40 millimeter all dial. So that's going to be too big for me. So that's out. These are the issues. I was disappointed, to say the least. I wanted to see some new Nomos. All they did was colors. Kind of cool, but
colors,
not for
as
me
we
again.
said the last time, it was so sweet.
They are, but would you buy one? No. So Once again, low quantity, 175 each of 31. They're selling how many watches? How many is that? Times 31. It's 5,000 watches.
Yeah.
You think 5,000 watches is going to make a freaking dent in Nomos's, annual or couple of years out plan now?
Recently, I realized that a couple of hundred of watches, right, is actually not. It's a lot. I know it sounds like what Peppercush. What are you talking about, Ralph? But I think it is. It is something that I think is really true in this sphere. Actually, you have watches that are limited to a certain extent, but there is not. They don't sell that many. It's not easy to sell thousands of watches. So, for example, the Victoria Beckham 36mm chronomat from Breitling, right? Which everybody thought that is a really, really cool watch. I think it is limited, but I'm not so sure. Yeah, it's one of 400, right? So all of these different watches, 36, yeah, they're all, limited to 1,500 pieces. I think the one of 400 is for stainless steel, 1,400. Oh no, it's actually 1,500 pieces, the entire line, yeah? Are you with me?
Yeah, I am with you. I'm just not interested.
I think this chronomat.
You choose the most boring watch.
No, I think in gold this looks absolutely amazing. 36mm. It's a very good watch in gold.
I know which one you're talking about. Yes,
400. I saw the blue one in steel just a couple of days ago in the airport in New Delhi. It's just in the window. It was lying around, and if you think about it. They have 1,500 pieces. They were launched 2-3 months ago. They still have them.
Yeah.
When you think, wow, and to pick up, right? It's not, this is where I think it's not easy, even for a company that is now selling so many watches like Breitling, which is universally well received, this release, right? Where I think they are still available. So it's sometimes we overestimate of how limited a limited edition is. You could argue that everything above 1,000 watches is actually not really that limited. If you think about a company like Vacheron Constantin selling 20,000 watches a year, so it's not
correct. And this is generally what I say when I see that Grand Seiko release something, or whoever releases something, and they said Omega loves to do this, limited to 1992 pieces, and I think to myself, that's ridiculous. That's not limited at all. Yeah. So for me, I do have a mental kind of thing. Anything over 500, I feel is not worth it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my number in my head. If it's under 500, so for instance, my my Oris that I sold was only 400. The previous Oris that I sold was only 250. Your Oris was only 50 pieces.
Yeah,
these are limited.
That's true.
I think this is
true.
limited.
I think yeah. If you get into the close to 4-digit numbers, I had a watch from Seiko, right? 5,000 pieces limited edition, and they were available for 2 years. You could buy them in the boutiques. Right?
Yeah.
So it's not that easy to sell 5,000 watches. So yeah, that's true. So,
but anyway, all right. So I'm surprised you did not mention the Bremont.
So
you seemed very into the Bremonts. I didn't like any of them.
I do.
I thought they were all ugly.
There's 2 missing, which I forgot in my list, which I just realized. One is the Bremont, the Terra Nova. I think it's a very good release, especially for the price. I think that is really nice to have something going down in price. Yes, they have maybe reduced. They're doing not the in-house movement. They don't put their own in-house movement in it for that price point. I think it's forgivable. But they put 904 steel in it. That is nice. I think this is a relatively cool design. In the end, they need to sell watches. There's very controversy about the new logo, the new font for the Bremont, the overall design. And I think this discussion can be had. Is this a good thing?
I
Is this a
think the
bad
new
thing?
logo looks cheap. I think it looks stupid.
It looks
and
a bit like Wingdings, right?
Like what?
Wingdings. You know the font from
Uh,
in Microsoft where you have this all of
no,
this different.
I know. Yeah, I know what you're
logos.
talking. No, to me, it looks like every single shady import-export company.
Yes, it's
Because
a bit
they
of
always have like a
compass rose
northwest,
thing,
east, south compass rose as their thing. And it'll be like, we have one here. It's like East West Trading Co. And that's exactly. So, I mean, it just looks stupid.
You can, as I said, discussions can be had, but I think the applied indices, there's a solid block of Luminova. This Lume blocks is cool for the Lume plotters. Yeah, I like it. But what I also,
if we want to talk about Lume plotters, we're talking about the Langa, the Lumen.
Ooh, yeah, that's also
that's Lume plotters.
That is the datograph. What is it? Lume, boom,
up, down,
Lumen,
something,
crazy
Lumen.
stuff. That is crazy.
But the whole thing glows. That's cool. That is very cool.
Talking about Lume, what I forgot to mention is the second one is Moser, of course, with a new streamliner, the skeleton streamliner, which is
skeleton. Yeah,
it's hot. I just love that much.
Have you ever had? It's not the 39 millimeter.
But
the 39 millimeter still has my heart from last time.
For you, absolutely. I do understand that because it's a better size for your wrist. Absolutely. I think it's general.
No, but not just that.
Is a
that
good
dial.
Size. Yeah.
I still think about that dial.
Yeah, it is.
It's
lovely.
So stunning.
But I think the new concept, no, Pioneers. I think it is with the loomed outer ring that then glows into the dial a bit at night. That is pretty cool.
Hey, does it remind you of old Timex Indiglo?
Yes,
it always does. Kind of did that. It illuminated from the outside in.
It does actually remind me of
cool.
that. And even the Lange Lange Lumen does remind me of that a bit. The Indiglo, the backlight.
Yeah. There's just the full backlight. Exactly.
So yeah, I think good releases, but it's a very incremental release.
I think you had a much better year than I did because I could care less. I mean, if all of these watches, every single one that came out is immediately discontinued, I would be like, we missed nothing.
Okay. Oh, but I also
my heart would not break.
Find very interesting is Hermes with a new cut. Did you see that? I think that is an interesting
Yes, they did have.
But that
it is, and it just shows their how do I say? It shows their knowledge in watchmaking now. They're getting crazy.
Yeah, and I feel with the Vaucher collaboration that they still have ongoing, or ownership they still have ongoing, 25% they own of Vaucher. I feel they're up to something. But also this one really then emphasized for me personally that I still want the H08. I still like that one.
I like it better,
And pre-owned, you can get them now for literally half price of new. And that's pretty good. 10,000 K for an Hermes. 10, 11, 12,000, you can get them already.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, I was looking at pre-owned Wild One skeletons. 20K brand new. And secondhand, they're like 15, 16. So it's not even worth it going secondhand.
True. You better buy new.
Yeah, especially if you can get a nice discount at Siddiqui or somewhere. That would be nice. Even 10, 15% would close the gap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway.
Yes. So Watches and Wonders.
Done with Watches and Wonders.
Yeah. Next time, different content.
We'll see what Omega releases in the coming months, years.
Did you see the new chronoscopes for Paris?
No, I did not.
Yeah, they have a few new Speedmaster chronoscopes for Paris 2024. We are Olympic year this year. The Olympics are upon us. Yeah.
Yes, I did see these. The gold ones, right?
Yeah. I was so unimpressed. I was like, oh, okay.
But we had a chronoscope before.
Yes, we did.
That looked exactly like this.
I think it's like, oh my God, you had such a good roll recently, and now it's like back to old, like, just another special edition that is just very similar to whatever you always did. And Me.
So one
Me,
is
just
steel
me.
and the other one is bronze gold.
Yeah.
Is that bronze gold like the bronze gold of the what's it called?
Blancpain?
The
Blancpain?
Blancpain
Yeah,
50
of course. Of
fathoms.
course. It's same company. I mean, same
Interesting.
Same-
Bronze
same
gold
group.
alloy. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Bracelet included.
Yes. I wonder if
So,
it actually
long
really,
story short,
yeah, if it,
I don't like it. I don't
yeah,
like it.
that's what I'm saying. It's just like, oh, come on. How do you like the new Moon Swatch Snoopy, the black and the white?
The black one, I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah.
Would I buy one? No.
I think the white one would look cool on the black strap, like Stormtrooper.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You could do either way. I do like both. I like them a lot, and I think this is the best one that I've seen.
I agree with that.
So, but I wouldn't. Once again, I wouldn't really care too much. I wouldn't buy one.
No, I think I also I can't buy these cheap watches. I recently, was bidding in an auction on one watch, right? There was this IWC at the Timepiece 360 auction, a Portuguese 8-day power reserve, a 7-day power reserve, whatever. This nice Portuguese, 42.5 millimeters diameter, and it was going for 10,900 dirhams reserve price. So I was like, okay, I'm going to bid the reserve price, hope that nobody else bids, and then I'm amazed that I get a watch that is a retail price of 50,000 for about 13, 14,000. That would be my goal, right? So I thought, okay, on Saturday I was sitting there thinking, please, nobody bid. And then, of course, people again, bam, 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 and it went up. So I decided, okay, that's it. No watch for me.
You're done.
Exactly. And then I thought, okay, well, with that money that I internally already spent, maybe I should get another watch in that price range. And caught myself looking at different options in this price range, like the MSH08 and all of this stuff. And then I realized, what the hell am I doing here? One was a good deal, and the other one is just trying to spend the money that in your brain you already spent.
Yeah,
and you think this is rubbish. Stop it.
Yes, I do the same thing. This is watch brain.
Yes, exactly. Horrible. All right. And that's it.
All right.
Thank you for...
On that terrible disappointment.
Yeah, thank you for listening, dear listener. Thank you. You personally, thank you.
You out there, I see you.
Yes. Thanks.
Right?
Thanks
Ralph told me before recording that we should say you, not plural, just singular.
Yeah.
Because you, dear listener, are our only listener.
Exactly.
So everything is for you.
Just speak directly into your ear. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
All right.
All right.
Bye,
well,
guys.
We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.